Are you looking for the best drones under $200? In this video, we will look at some of the 5 best drones on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Potensic T25. The Potensic T25 is my favorite drone. For under $200, this drone has just about anything you could ask for: stability, GPS, 1080p camera, and more. This is a variable speed drone, meaning it can fly slowly for precision flying or fast if you have a lot of ground to cover. The batteries can be easily changed, too. Not only do they slide into the drone with a satisfying snap, but you also don't even have to remove them to charge it, as there's a micro USB port on the drone's outside. The thing that makes this drone stand out is the GPS, which provides it with rock-solid stability. You can release the controls and this drone will stay where you left it. One of the downsides is that there's no way to fly it without the app. That's not a bad thing, per se, but if you want a few extra minutes flying without streaming, that's not an option. The controller also feels cheap, like the way a toy drone might feel. Nitpicks aside, the precision flying that this drone provides along with quality video with a one-axis gimbal, meaning you can move the camera up and down, is awesome. Picture quality is good, too, though not the best we tested. You probably won't impress anyone with your landscapes here, but the camera is great for first-person view, FPV, flying. At number 2. Holystone HS200D. Next on our list is the Holystone HS200. If you've researched drones on Amazon at all, you're probably familiar with the name. The HS200 is a perfectly fine drone. I had next to no issues flying it, though it required a bit more adjustment than most to stay in one place. One notable fact, and not a good one, is that it takes a long time to charge. The advertised time is approximately 2 hours, which is consistent with our testing, but that's a lot of downtime. Plus, to charge the battery, you need to plug a micro USB cable into the drone. Overall, I found this drone to be less maneuverable than others when it came to obstacles, as it struggled the most with precision movements. You can generally maneuver the drone where you want it to go, but obstacles are a problem. The camera also suffers from the same problem as the Force One. It handles contrasting colors a little better, as they're not completely blown out. Rather, the camera compensates with a sort of half-dark/half-light composition. It's not HDR, but it's not the worst camera we've ever seen. At number 3. Dromida XL. The Dromida XL, the biggest drone on our list, really disappointed us in the end. The large size is nice because it helps with stability. The shape is also cool because it's really sleek and looks like a jet plane. But that's the extent of the coolness here. The Dromida is very herky-jerky in flight. No, that's not an industry term. Flying is a bit of a challenge because it throws itself into whatever movement you dictate with gusto. It's almost too sensitive, which makes for a somewhat broken flying experience. Regarding build quality, the outside covering feels more like a thin candy shell. Add that to the plastic internal gears and the drone itself is shockingly delicate. Plus, the battery is the hardest among all the drones to change due to a very stiff power connector. However, the camera is the best on this list, handling both dark and light environments with aplomb. It did some odd auto-saturation with extreme greens at times, but that's it. Overall, I was impressed with the camera quality. That said, the jerky nature of the flight led to jerky video as well. At number 4. Force One U45W Blue Jay. The Force One U45 Blue Jay is a high-quality drone that brings a lot to the table. It's actually one of the most inexpensive drones we tested, which is always a plus. The standout feature here is that while the battery only lasts for 5 to 7 minutes of flight time, the Force One comes with 3 of them in the box, giving you up to 20 minutes of flight time. Beyond that, the Force One's maneuverability is quite good, as it's able to navigate obstacles fairly well. There's no GPS, so you'll need to keep the drone horizontally stable when there's wind. The app interface is also very straightforward. Another little bonus is that the remote controller includes a sunshade to help you see your phone in the mount on bright days. The digital readout on the controller has some information about the power and trim of the drone, but it's not really needed to fly. You're far better off watching the drone in flight than relying on the limited information displayed on the remote. The camera on this drone is terrible. However, that's not surprising, given that it's only 720p. There's also no HDR support. So, when you have a shot with the dark greens of a field and the bright blues of the sky, the camera gets overexposed and the transition is slow between the two. At number 5. Deerc D50. For an easy entry into drone photography, the Deerc drone is a low-cost, decent quality option. The 2K Ultra HD camera shoots stills, video, and transmits real-time images to your phone. The controls are simple and varied. Set a flight path with waypoints, control it by tipping your phone with gravity control, and give commands to the drone with voice and hand gesture control functions. The 12 to 15-minute flight time is fine for most hobbyists, as is the short 327-foot transmission range Deerc D50.